Head over to Dollar Tree and grab a few supplies for these awesome DIYs.
Welcome to Chas's Crazy Creations.
For this project, you're going to need a hat, an ornament, and a mop from Dollar Tree. I'm going to add some hot glue to the top of this mop, and then I'm going to place it into the hat so that it stays inside. Next, I'm going to take this ornament, and I'm going to add some hot glue to it and place it under the hat so that it looks like a nose. Now, you can leave the strands as they are, or you can unravel all of the strands to make the beard more fluffy. I'll put another one together using a different hat, and this time I won't unravel it, so you can see the difference between the two. And here you can see both of my gnomes. I'm going to add a little loop to the back so that I can hang them on a door. For this project, you're going to need 4 mops from Dollar Tree and a wreath form. I used a fabric scissors and I cut all of the mops in half. Using my hot glue gun, I wrapped each mop piece around the wreath form and then hot glued it into place. I continued doing that with all of the other mop pieces until the whole wreath form was covered. I took a battery-powered strand of lights that I got from Dollar Tree and I wove them around the back side of the wreath form in between the mops. On the front side of the mop, I began hot gluing on different little ornaments from Dollar Tree. I thought it needed a little something else, so I grabbed some jingle bells from Dollar Tree and hot glued those between all of the bulbs. Now, if you wanted, you could add some bows of your choice or make your own bow, or you could even add a scarf to it. One of the things I love about this project is it can be left up all winter long. Here you can see it hanging up during the day, and here's what it looks like when it glows in the evenings.
Want my free to-do list? Look for the link in the description below.
For this project, you're going to need some placemats from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take some apple barrel multi-surface paint in black, as well as some stencil brushes. The stencil brushes are mostly just to have a circle shape. So I'm going to dip the stencil brush into the paint, and then I'm going to place it onto the mat. I'm going to make 2 eyes and a mouth. You might have to dip it more than one time to get the full circle look that you're looking for. Next, I'm going to take some apple barrel pumpkin orange paint and I'm going to paint on a carrot nose. You could alternatively use a paint marker if you'd like. Next, I'm going to take some black paint and give the carrot some dimension. You could use a Sharpie if you'd like, or another paint pen. I repeated the process until I made 6 of these, and then I placed them on our dining room table, which will be great for the holidays. One of the things I like about this project is that they will pack away flat in my tub when the season is done, and I can use them again next year. For this project, you're going to need a mug, and I'm cleaning it with a rubbing alcohol prep pad so that the paint will stick. Next, I'm using an apple barrel paint pen in the color black, and I will be drawing on some eyes and a mouth for my snowman. Next, I'm going to use an orange paint pen to draw on the nose. Now, if you'd like, you could use paint, a multi-surface paint, or you could use Sharpies for this project as well. Once this orange dries, I'm going to take the black paint pen again and draw little lines on the carrot nose. Now, once this dries, if you want it to last, you're going to want to give it a coat of dishwasher-safe Mod Podge to protect it. Otherwise, you can use it as is and then erase it with a rubbing alcohol prep pad to use it to decorate for the next season. This is a great idea for kids to get in on the fun as well. Add a packet of hot chocolate and a candy cane, and you have a great gift idea. For this project, I'm using a dollar store candle and I'm using a rubbing alcohol prep pad to clean it so that the paint will stick. I'll be using an apple barrel paint pen to draw on the snowman eyes and mouth. Then the orange paint pen to draw on the carrot nose, and once that dries, the black marker to make the fun lines. Then I took a little scrap of fabric and I wrapped it around the candle to create a fun scarf. You can even do the same project on one of their small candles. These make great gift ideas, but also is a great crafter project to do with family members and kids. And if you don't like burning flames, no problem. You can do the same concept on an LED light. Here's a quick look at all of these candle variations. I think they are super cute, and again, they can be left out for all 3 months. They also make a great party favor, gift idea, or activity during the holiday season. The dollar store sells a variety of wood blanks, so go grab some in a variety of your choice, and I'm going to show you a few ways you can upcycle them. So I'm going to start with the Merry and Bright sign, and I'm going to use Folk Art Ultra dye in the Emerald City and Infrared. So this is a water-based dye, And I'm gonna use the infrared on the top, the red color on top, and I'm gonna speed it up here so you don't have to watch me go at super slow speed while I do this. So I painted Mary with the red, and then when I completed that task, I moved on to bright with the green color. And this goes on like a stain, so it stains into the wood. It's quite lovely, and you can paint more layers to make it darker if you want. For the center, I'm going to be using Folk Art Treasure Gold in the color Copper. And this is a nice, beautiful metallic paint. And once again, I'm going to speed it up a little bit for you so you can watch me paint it, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. Now I'm going to let that dry completely before I move on. And here you can see it's done. It's done drying, so I'm going to use Folk Art Dragon Glaze to give it a top coat. And this is going to give it a nice shimmer to it. So it goes on white so you can see what you're doing, but when it dries, it's going to dry clear and it's going to give it this lovely shimmering effect, as you can see here as this is drying. And I'm going to go ahead and let this dry completely before I hang it up anywhere. The great thing about these signs is that they will lay flat in a box as well and for easy packing away. Now, for the second Merry and Bright sign, I'm going to be using Folk Art Home Decor Chalkboard Paint. This is a great paint. I'm going to paint on the black chalkboard paint over the entire sign, Merry and Bright. And following the instructions, you might need to layer it with 1 or 2 or 3 coats, depending upon your material you're working with. Now I need to take my chalk and I need to season the chalkboard. So I rub this chalk all over the entire piece of work. This makes it so that it's erasable. If you don't do this step, it won't erase. Then you just take a paper towel or a cloth and I remove all that chalk, and you can see here now it gives it that nice chalkboard quality. Now let's move on to the next one. This is Let It Snow, and I'm using Folk Art Home Decor Wood Tint in the color Cascade, which is a nice light blue shade. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this onto the entire sign. Again, this works like a stain again, so it soaks right into the wood so you can see the wood grain and the wood texture. So I'm going to paint this entire sign, and then I'm going to let it dry completely before I move on to the next step. As always, you could stop here, but I'm going to add dragonfly glaze to this one as well. So it's going to go on white again, and then it's going to seal in that glittery shimmer, and it will dry clear with the exception of the glitter that you'll see. So I'm going to paint this on the entire sign, and then once it's finished, I'm going to go ahead and let it dry. So you can see the shimmer here as it's starting to dry, and I'm going to let that finish drying, and I'll show you all of the signs. But let's do one more. So this one, I'm going to use the Treasure Gold, Folk Art Treasure Gold in the color Gold. And I'm just going to give it 1 coat, but you could do more coats if you like. And I'm just going to paint the entire wood sign with this beautiful color of gold. And it's metallic-y, so that gives it a nice shimmer on its own. I'm not going to give it any other coat. And now I'm going to let all of these dry completely before I hang them up, but let me show you what they look like in the sunlight. So here you can see the shimmer just a little bit better as I rock it back and forth in the sun, just so you can see what that dragonfly glaze does a little bit to give it more than just your flat color. It gives it a little more dimension. And then here's that metallic sign as well. And now I can hang these up, but I can also store them flat inside my box. I think that the chalk on this chalkboard gives it a nice snowy look.
You can find all of these tutorials and more at chascrazycreations.com, as well as in my digital ebooks. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.